Okay, we're live. I'm trying something a little different here tonight. I'm going live. I got a new camera. I'm gonna see how it operates. I think when I go live through Zoom, Zoom kind of turns the actual 4K off. I think. So I'm seeing if I go live directly through YouTube, if it gives a better picture, which I think it does for me looking at it right now, like it is a better picture. So I'm gonna give YouTube a few minutes to send out the actual notifications to let everybody know that we are live. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Not gonna be that long tonight because tonight people want to go watch a debate or whatever. I want to be mindful of their time and give them time to go do that. But once again, thank everybody for tuning in. I want to let everybody know we are going to go up on the price of Appliance Bootcamp. A lot of people keep asking me when Appliance Bootcamp going to start back. Appliance Bootcamp is online, so you can go online and take the courses anytime. The hands-on live event, we're not going to be able to do any of those. I'm not going to announce the dates until after this election. After the election, I announce the dates for next year, where when we're going to do it. I had a couple people say after the a couple of people had scheduled already for next year, but they shouldn't have had those dates, so I sent the email out. So after the election, I'm gonna try to do maybe one or two before the end of the year, depending on how the state and stuff goes and how this election stuff goes. And then after that, I'll make the dates for next year. The price is going up. We are going to add some stuff when we go to the new price to make it more of a package deal for people who want to come in and actually and get more of just the whole package where you can get everything, the whole business, the everything to go, make it more of a package deal. So it's kind of like a business in a box. So we will I will be getting more into the pricing of what's going to be added going forward to Appliance Bootcamp for the hands-on live event. What will be added for that? People want to come in for that. But today I'm going to talk to you all about the 4 hour work week. Also, I got some appliances. I saw a lot of people were interested in the flipping, so I reached out to one of the people I used to get a lot of my appliances from. Property management company. They have a lot of rental property, high end rental properties. They used to give me a lot of their appliances. We still do repairs for them. I just called them and said, hey, y'all got any old appliances that y'all need to get rid of? And they said, yeah, we got a bunch of them. I have the guys clean them out and drop them off. They thought I was still at the other store where we started doing the appliance boot camp. I said, no, I moved. So they came and brought them to me, dropped them off, didn't have to pay anything for them. So next week I'm going to start putting together a little something on how do you do a flip. People who are interested in doing flips, or how I used to do my flips back in the day. And we had an actual store that we flipped appliances out of. So I will be start putting a little bit of that together and doing a little series on that on actual flipping appliances. But tonight I'm going to talk about a 4 hour work week. How I was able to actually start do like a Tim Ferriss wrote a book called a 4 hour work week, and on that book he showed how you can he talked about how he actually could work 4 hours a day and from anywhere in the world. And it was like he was had a full-time job. He could live his life, and all he had to do, instead of working 40 hours a week or 9 to 5 like everybody else, he just had a 4 hour work week. I had about the same. Matter of fact, I had maybe between a 5 and an 8 hour work week, to be honest. It got I got it down to maybe about 5 hours. When I one point in time when I had gotten a virtual assistant. With a virtual assistant, I had a 0 hour work week where I didn't do anything. I didn't have to do anything. My whole business just ran by itself. That was 0 hour work week where I didn't have to do anything at all. Kind of like with the ice cream parlor, I don't have to do anything. I can stop in there from time to time just to show my face, but I don't have to show up or do anything in an ice cream parlor. But one time my business, I had it like that too. When I had virtual assistant, I didn't have to do anything. I had a 0 hour work week and my business just ran. But I had got my business to a point where I had 5 to 8 hours per week, and it still works like that now. If I it still works on if I'm running it fast and hard. 5 to 8 hours is all I have to really work into in my business, and I'm gonna show you how I actually got that. I'm gonna tell you how I actually got that done. Well, what started my I was having my sister-in-law, my little sister-in-law. She would come up during the summertime and she would babysit for us, my wife and I. She would watch our two young kids, and in the process of her watching those two young kids, I had her answering the phone and doing my scheduling for me for the company. And then what would happen after the summertime was over with, she would go back home, and then I would come back, and I would have to actually start answering the phone and scheduling. And at that point in time, I wasn't quite in, I wasn't really in the trucks, but I was having to put out a lot of fires. Meaning, when something happened, I had to actually go out there and actually fix it and put out fires and stuff. It would require me to have a little bit more hands on than I have now. And at that time I had quite a few subs, and I was doing the electrical. We had a lot of moving parts, and so I remember one summer after she left. I wanted at that point in time we was making great money, and I wanted my wife at that point in time to actually come and actually take over the office part of it. She didn't want to do that. She wanted to continue working where she worked at the time, and I had no problem. I did have a problem. I ain't gonna say no lie. I did have a problem with it, but she wanted to keep working where she was working at. She wanted to do her own thing with her career, and so I admit I got a little teed off. And one day I was at a customer house, and this customer, she was an actual uh, she was the person who actually done the scheduling, ordering the parts for Sears. Sears used to have a service center, and the service center they had a bunch of men and women sitting in this big open spot, and they took all the phone calls, ordered all the parts for the technicians, and they scheduled the routes and all that. They done all the virtual anything a virtual assistant would do. That's what they done. But anyway, Sears was getting away from having those service centers like that, and they had laid all those people off. And I go to this lady house to fix her appliance, and she was telling me that she was getting ready to go back to school, but she had got laid off. And I said, and she knew all the parts and knew everything about ordering the parts and all that. I said, this is a great time right now for me to actually get me get me a great secretary. So what happened at that point in time, I had her to actually start answering the phone, ordering the parts, um, putting the routes together. She was doing all of that for me because like I said, she knew when the technicians say they needed parts and stuff, she had been doing it for years and years and years. She knew what the parts was, so it wasn't something where I had to, like with my sister-in-law. I was having to actually go and get the part numbers so she could order them. I didn't have to do anything. So for about maybe 4 or 5 months, I was totally out the rat race. I didn't have to do anything. This lady was running my whole business um, totally by herself, and it was great because only thing I would have to do at that point in time, I was just having to actually just pick up parts, and I would drop the parts off at the warehouse, and the technician would pick up parts at the warehouse that they needed. I had a box for each technician, and at the warehouse I would go there and just drop the parts off. They'll pick up the parts and go. So that's all really I had to do was just drop off parts whenever parts came in. So eventually, my wife one day she said, "Why the phone is not ringing anymore? Why are you not putting in work orders?" I said, "I got a virtual assistant." And so she thought I had told her I would get somebody out in the Philippines But with the Philippines, it was just too much of a language barrier, but between her and I, and also the customers. Now they have improved a lot, but this right here is over 10 years ago when there's people were just starting to do it. So this was working out good. So then one day my wife calls and calls the company, calls our company, and see who it is. Want to just check and see who's answering and find out this is young lady in America and this and that. And anyway, my wife said, "Nah, this ain't gonna happen. I ain't having no young lady looking at all our money and stuff coming in." So she said, "Forget that." So she came in, and my wife came and worked with me for about 2 years, about 2 to 3 years. She worked with me um, at that point in time. And at that time, my wife was the one who came up with actually saying we need to get some people to actually start scheduling their own time online, and not having to actually pick up the phone and call people all the time or whatnot. So that's when we came up with the making our website where people can actually go schedule their own times. And with that, we went and I started looking for online schedulers. I found one called Appointment Quest. It's a little antiquated right now. It's a little outdated, but it still works well. I need to go and revamp my website again. But we what we call we took that Appointment Quest and integrated it into our website. And then I had went to the Asties. We went to the Asties that year, and Adam from Fred's Appliance, he was showing how they use how they were using drop shipping, to actually drop and ship, and instead of parts coming to their houses and coming to the shop, they were shipping their parts directly to customers. And Adam was showing how they were doing that. And I saw that, and I said, "Man, that's the key right there, where I don't have to actually see the technicians. The technicians don't have to come here pick up parts. It'll remove me from having to go drop off parts." So we start shipping parts directly to the customer house. Then we got a call tree, because what will happen if you all now are making phone calls every morning, calling people to actually tell them that you got a work order for them, and calling to tell them that you got parts. Just making your phone calls every morning, that eats up maybe anywhere between, with me, when I had auto text, it would take anywhere between 2 to maybe 3 hours to make all your phone calls. Because every time you call somebody, they want to talk for 3 or 4 minutes, and and then you can't get them off the phone. Then you got to call 2 or 3 numbers to get somebody, calling customers became a task in itself. So what we done, we used Call 'em All. It's an actual automated call system. So whenever the third party warranty companies sent us work orders, we would load it up into a spreadsheet, and we'll have that Call 'em All software call all our customers. So then we could do all our phone calls in less than a minute. We just have it go off at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then from 9 o'clock in the morning, we told the customers when we done automated phone calls, it tell customers to go online and actually schedule their own appointment. So now I eliminated 2 to 3 hours out of my day of actually making phone calls, because what was happening, and with me doing my wife and I there, from like 8 until like 10 in the morning, or 10 to from 8 to 11, you making phone calls, and you trying to get people scheduled. You tell them you got their parts, and it's just a bad task of just answering the phone and calling 2 or 3 different numbers, leaving 2 or 3 different voicemails. So what happened? We got that where it just automatically eliminated and gave me back about 3 hours of my day. And then it got to the point where I didn't have to make the phone calls like I was have to make the phone calls to tell people that we had got their work order for them to schedule. But then I was also have to make a phone call letting them know that we had got their parts, so they need to reschedule. So now, because I started shipping the parts directly to the customers, as soon as they get the parts, we would leave our business cards, and we tell them once they get the parts to go back online and reschedule. So as soon as they get the parts, they'll actually go back online and reschedule. So that eliminated that phone call. So now my phone is not ringing all the time. and now I'm not on the phone making phone calls and stuff like I was. All right, so that's how we got that automated. Next thing we done, we went to CRM software, because up until then everything was written down on actual invoices, and you had to buy invoices all the time. You was running out and trying to keep up with them. They get sometimes they would get wet and you couldn't read it. It was just a hassle. We went totally paperless. When we went totally paperless, that's when it got to a point where I didn't have to see my technicians at all, because I would have to actually up until then I would see them to actually collect invoices, and I would have to see them sometime to collect money. And we gave them all deposit cards, so all of them had a deposit card where whenever they got close to a ATM bank, all they had to do was put the card in the. They had a little rubber stamp that says for deposit only. They'll stamp the back of the checks. Any cash that they had, they'll actually then just put it in the ATM, and it'll get credited directly to our account. And at that time, we had just started going into Square, where people could start paying with credit cards. When all of that came together, when we went totally paperless, we had the online scheduling. We got the automated calling. It totally eliminated my job. Technology took my job away from me, and all I really had was about an hour every day, and my hour consisted of uh, just uh, taking a file, which is a route sheet, and just copy and pasting. I would copy from I'll copy off our appointment quest, and I'll drop it into their Dropbox. Each one of them had a Dropbox file where you can share files and stuff. Dropbox is a software that allow you to share folders and stuff on your computer to other people. So I'll just drop their route sheet in there, and then on that route sheet, I'll also put in the work orders onto CRM, onto Zoho CRM, and that was it. And order the parts. So whatever parts they needed, I would just order the parts and ship them directly to their house, to the customer house, and I was done in less than an hour. And that's how I got my little 4 hour work week, and that's how I maintained my little 4 to 5 hour work week, where I don't have to see any of my customers, any of my subs. I don't have to go out and do anything. I can be anywhere in the whole world, long as I got internet service. I can operate my company. Many times we've been on vacation. That I've been out the country, and the subs and the people have never known where I'm at, because long as I got internet access, I can run my business from anywhere. And that's the way that I like my business to run, where I can be anywhere, my business still run. And so that's how I actually got to the 4 hour work week. Now, what I'm doing now, I have my daughter, where we actually went back and we're revisiting that, and showing you how to put VAs to get a virtual assistants. And uh, uh, I'm actually showing her how to actually pick out, order the parts and stuff, the different parts and stuff of the actual appliances. So what I'm trying to do, I'm going to put together, coming up this fourth quarter, a module on virtual assistants. So you'll be able to actually take that module and go train your niece, go train your daughter, or any young lady or young man that have 1 or 2 hours spare in their time, where you can actually have them do all your back end paperwork. Because that right there is one of the most time consuming things, that back end paperwork. We were putting together the module, showing them using our price. I'm showing her my pricing schedule, but you can put in your pricing schedule however you want it, and you have somebody, a built-in VA, that actually be your back office, that actually help things run a lot smoother for you. So that's what we're doing now. And now, because of the technology with the Zoom and all that, it makes training a VA so easy. I mean, it's almost it's so, because not had to train that young lady. It was about maybe maybe a month. I had to go to her I had to go to her house and actually sit there and actually show her how all my software and stuff work. But now with the technology we have now, they can be anywhere, and they can be anywhere in the world, as long as they got internet access. You can share your screen and stuff back and forth, and after a day or two, they good. They good after a day or two. You can they can actually run your do all your back end paperwork for you, ordering your parts. They can go online if you don't want to be there waiting on authorization and stuff. Have them do it, and they do it for a cheap price. You know, you can get it for anywhere between $100 to $200 per week, and that goes really that's really cheap. You know, if you saying that, if you paying a young college young lady, because a lot of the work that you need done, far as ordering your parts and putting in your paperwork, putting in your putting in your paperwork and stuff, that can be done at any time. It don't have to be done in the middle of the day. So what we're doing, we're setting it up. She does it from 6 until 7. It takes her about an hour, but from 6 until 7, that's her time frame. She's out of class, everything she needs to do. And if you need them to actually be online and get authorization, they can call and wait online, get authorization for you. They can do all your back end paperwork. And once you implement where you got them going online and scheduling, where you don't have to be on the phone scheduling all the time, and making your appointments, it make your business run a lot smoother. So that's what we're doing right now. And this right, and it works great. It works great. That I don't have to be doing that back end paperwork and stuff anymore. Where I got now, I got another VA who's doing it on the back end, and not only that, if this is your if you letting your son or your daughter do it, or a close family member, it's actually now starting to prepare them to the next for the next generation to see how the actual business work. They're saying the actual business part of it that you're putting together, and this is working really good. All right, so I'm gonna read some of the stuff we got going on in the chat. Like I said, I'm not gonna be here long tonight, and I'm putting all of this stuff in a module right here also. Kevin Roberts, hey, what's up? Girly Girl Appliance, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Juan? Okay, hey, how you doing? Quentin Hodge, hey, how you doing? Roof Fitness, what's up, ABC fam? Family Roof Fitness, all right. Maurice Johnson, hey, how you doing? King K, Girly Girl Appliance, all right. Faithfully and wonderfully made. What's good, Uncle Mike? 4 Hour Work Week is a good book. Super ABC fam. I'm ready for the live event. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do the. We definitely gonna be doing live events in January. I haven't put the dates together yet, but we definitely gonna do them in January. Like I said, I'm not gonna announce any dates until after the election. Let this stuff pass by, and then we get halfway back to normal, and then we'll start doing the live events. Uh, hey, how you doing, BK from the Rockies? Okay, all right. They got some networking going on. Right. Hopefully, I will be grandfathered in for the new services. Yeah, for any new modules and any of that stuff that we add in. Everybody who paid up until the until we go to the new one, you getting grandfathered in. Now, some of the stuff that we're gonna be offering next year, uh, that that's not gonna be something that's gonna be totally up to me. That's gonna be something I'm doing in conjunction with other people. So I can't grandfather you in there because we're gonna be actually coming out and start doing some marketing and offering the marketing services and stuff like that for you. So with I wouldn't, I can't do that for you because that's not my services. That's somebody else's services. But any modules or any training that I put on, you're actually grandfathered into that. So you'll get that. But if you want to continue and get a special service, like your VA, I can't pay for your VA, but I give you the module on how to get a VA, and you can go that way with it. Okay, they got networking going on. Um, Crystal Young. We only doing online right now. The state of North Carolina, they still haven't opened up for assemblies indoors. We can have outdoor assemblies. If I do it indoors, I have to bring a fogger in and all that. So I'm just waiting. That's why I'm waiting till after the election to get back into. Hopefully, the country get back into regular state, and before I start doing any types of um, in persons again. Okay, Maurice Johnson, go ahead and get started. He said he bought the course, but he's studying really hard. I'm in San Diego. Go ahead and look at all the modules and go ahead and get started. You don't have to wait till you come here. Go ahead and get started. Do one or two repairs per day. Once again, let me emphasize that you don't have to wait till you come here to do your to go ahead and start your business. Go ahead and get started now. And remember, only do 1 to 2 appliances per day. That's all you want to do, 1 or 2 stops per day. You don't want to go out here and be getting a bunch of stops. That's another thing too. We need talk about. Um, it's great to have a whole lot of work, but you don't necessarily want to be the busiest person in town. You want to be the most profitable person in town. And if you talk to any business owner, they'll tell you once you get to a certain point where you get so busy that you're booked out so much, they tell you what you gotta do. You gotta do 1 or 2 things. Either you gotta condense your service area, meaning you start making your service area smaller. Because well, 1 of 3 things. You can either hire more people. If you want to hire more people, go out and hire more people and bring them in and keep growing that way. If you don't want to hire more people, you got to condense your service area, meaning you got to stop going out to so many zip codes or so many different towns. So you got a smaller service area. You bring it into a smaller service area, you'll lose some of those customers, but you become more profitable because you're not traveling out as far. You're in a smaller range, and you can get more customers in that smaller range. So you shrink your customer service area down. Or the third thing, which everybody love, you go up on your prices. When you go up on your prices, it's going to actually run some of your customers off. But that's a good thing because what happens, you run those off and you keeping your premium customers. You keeping the high paying customers on that wants to do business with you. So you run the other ones off and you got the best of the best. And you keep shrinking it down till you got the A1 customers and you got a small service area if you don't want to expand out. And that's what you keep doing. So you don't if you get to a point where if you totally booked out all the time, that's usually an indication that your prices are too low. If you totally booked all the time and you totally booked out, usually that's an indication that your prices are a little too low. You don't want to like for instance, like I hear people say just take what somebody give you. You don't operate business like that. You got to know what your cost of doing business. You need to know how much money you want to make. I know how before I go into business, say like the ice cream parlor. Before I go into business with the ice cream parlor, I know how much money I want to make with the ice cream parlor. So with that being said, uh, I know how much I'm going to charge coming in for a cup of ice cream. It ain't going to be none of this, whatever you want to give me. No, this is how much it's going to cost because I already put the numbers together, how many I need to sell. And I need to sell that amount to make the numbers of how much I want to make for the end of the year or for the end of the month. It can't be none of this, whatever you want to give me. I actually went to a food truck not too long ago, and they was operating it somewhat like that where it was funny. The guy came up and asked him how much for I just say how much for some banana pudding, and the guy said uh, I normally charge this amount, but I have this is the size of the container I give you. But no, this is what I normally charge. But if you think that's too much, just give me what you want to give me. This is what the guy on the truck said. And I was like, man, no, how you doing that? So the guy was like, nah, that's good. I'll pay you that. But you can't operate your business like that because what because Because what happens when you do that, your numbers are not going to hit, and you can't predict it. Doing business is simple math. It's simple math where you start with how much you want to make, then you see how many stops you can actually do per day or per person or whatever, and that's how you come up with how much money you're going to make. You need to be able to predict how much money you're going to make before the end. I know how much money I'm going to make for the next 2 to 3 years. I already know how much I'm going to make. Because I got it planned out and I just follow my plan. It's not one of these things where I say I hope I make a this or that. If I start veering off and not hitting my numbers, I got to make some changes and get myself back on the right track to hit my numbers. Okay. Um, let's see. We got some more networking. Solid steps. Hey, how you doing, Miss Ward? I hope you are taking these people, Miss Ward, entered the building. There you go. Got a lot of stuff going on. Uh, all right, they got networking going on. Networking going on. Okay. Taylor built. Anybody close to Knoxville, Tennessee area that doesn't mind helping a brother out? I'm new here to the ABC fam, and I'm trying to get the ball rolling next month. uh, Take the course and go ahead and get started. Like I say, when you take the course, don't think that you're going to hit the road just running doing a bunch of stops. You don't want to do that. You just want to do 1 to 2 stops per day, and that's how you're going to earn while you learn. And you have to get those service manuals and read them. Matter of fact, today I had to help one of the subs out on a washing machine. It was a GE washing machine, and the thing that was wrong with it was the actual diverter valve on the washing machine. It has a valve that actually turns. It's a motor that turns it that tells which way the water goes. Does it feel the pre-wash? Does it feel the main wash, the bleach? Well, it's a front load washing machine. Well, anyway, that little motor on that diverter, that motor that drives that little diverter valve that turns the water to the different chambers. That motor was gone, and you hit start and you wait for the washer to start up, and it made you think that it was the drain pump because the drain pump would just run, then it stop, and then it just wait for a couple of seconds, then it give you an error code. Not error code, it just say pause and just stay there and flash. So you thinking it's the drain pump or the pressure switch. It thinking the water is not out the tub to go anywhere. But come to find out, it was just a diverter valve, and we had to sit there and read the actual service manual, and it took us an hour or so of reading that, and figuring it out. Okay, this is the problem that we have right here is the diverter valve. So you're gonna have to do that. It ain't gonna be something quick and easy. Even for us who do it all the time, like I just said, for that wash machine, I actually went out there with him because we couldn't figure it out, and I actually went out there with him, and both of us sat there. And after about an hour, we figured it out. We put it in. We put it in the. Put it in. Finally got it in diagnostic mode. That's another thing too. That how you put that one in diagnostic mode, it was kind of tricky. And it took us a minute to figure out how you put the thing in diagnostic mode. We got it in diagnostic mode. Then we realized, okay, that diverter valve is not moving, and that's what it was waiting for. It was waiting for it to move it to see it move to the next position, and you can hear the motor actually grinding then too, trying to turn it. But so that's what I'm telling you all that to let you know that even the people who's been doing it forever, we still have to go through the same process and steps that we're telling you all to go through. Get the service manual and go out there and you read, and you have to self-educate yourself. You're not going to be this thing where you can fix any and everything. Don't have to read. You're gonna have to read. That's one of the things that I will say that you all is great for you all, but also is a disservice to you all. When I first got into business like 20 years ago, I was having to read maybe 1 or 2 books a week. It wasn't no Audible, it wasn't no YouTube. Somebody you meet your somebody who's in business. The question you ask, what's a good book? What's a book you read? and they told you what book, you wrote it down. You went to Barnes and Noble, you bought the book, you came home and you read the book, and you learn how to self-educate yourself like that, and you went out and found the answers, and you see the old guys books, they got their books, you see pages folded, you see stuff highlighted, stuff wrote in it, because we had to actually sit there and read the books. Now you go get Audible, you listen to it, but you don't really read it, and you don't really take it in as much. Well, Audible, I have to listen to it 4 or 5 times before I get it. But if I was reading it, I could do it maybe once or twice and I could get it. But you all now, matter of fact, now you don't even want to look at the videos. I have to tell you all, look at the videos. You all buy the course and then ask me, what do I need to do now? Have you looked at the videos? No, I haven't looked at the video. Why you ain't looked at the video? Or I just thought you could just tell me and I get started. No, look at the videos. And the videos, you can look at them in a couple of days, but people are so impatient, they don't even want to take a couple of days to look at it. So I know they don't want to spend 30 minutes to an hour out in front of a washing machine trying to put it in diagnostic mode, but you're going to run into those problems when you first start or happen. And you got to learn how to not be so rushed. Don't be rushed. Miss Ward had a good video. She was talking about one of her technicians is rushing and fast, and you start to make some careless mistakes. You don't want to be so pushed and rushed. That's why I don't like to do. I tell you, don't do but 1 or 2 stops per day, so you're not pushed and rushed trying to get to the next place. You got time to actually sit there and diagnose and learn the actual appliance. Okay. Okay, so you're ready for the live event. Okay. Christy Young, do your classes give you a certification when you finish? No, I don't give out no certification. You get a business when you finish. Your certification is cold hard cash in your pocket. So when you finish with me, your certification is going to be you getting money in your pocket. Certifications is for when you're looking for a job. I don't want you to go looking for no job when you finish here. I want you to have your own company and you going out and getting a contract and you get you get that mailbox money. That's your certification. Black 1222 Mike, they just don't make them like you no more. You're a rare breed, man. You're a genuine care for others. Oh, thank you. Nah, it's because other people, if only way I was able to do this is because other people actually put something into me and took the time out with me, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anything about business, and I had several mentors to actually help me out. First class service. Peace. Hope all is well. ABC fam. Paperless is the way. Yeah, paperless is good, man. You ain't got to buy invoices. You ain't got to worry about invoices. Somebody transposing numbers. You ain't got to worry about somebody misplacing the invoice. Those invoices, man. At the end of the year, I had these file cabinets just filled up with invoices, and then you have to go. Then you always ran out of invoices at the worst time. You go order invoices, they haven't came in, and you down to your last invoice. It just sucked. But now, then you have to go back and try to if a third party warranty company call you, want to know something about something you done 4 months ago, you got to go look through the file cabinet and grab it. Now, somebody want to ask something, they can just call in 2 seconds. I can tell them anything about any work order we've done in the last 10 years. Hey, what's up, Slick? Okay, done a freebie for an older lady. That's good. Grow life. Uncle Mike, I have a job that needs a compressor. How do I approach the warranty company about it since I can't do it yet? Just tell them you don't do seal system repairs, and they're transferred. That's all you gotta do. That's another thing too. I want to tell you all. When you all are talking to the warranty companies, talking to these other talking to warranty companies especially, it's not like you're going to get a job and you're going to get fired if you misspell a word, if you don't know something that you're afraid to let them know and whatnot, that they're going to let you go. Nah, you're in business for yourself. So just call your contract relation person up and just tell them I don't do compressors right now. You just need to transfer it, and you get your service fee of 125. That's all you do until you can do compressors. But yeah, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to fire you. They're not going to take their bet off and whip you or anything like that. You just been telling them just don't do it. Same thing when people I get this question a lot when people filling out. They want to know when I was looking for jobs. It's funny when you're looking for jobs and they ask you what hours are you available to work. You put any because you you just wanted to work. You work third shift, second shift, whatever weekends. You just wanted a job. Well, a lot of times when people when they're doing the third party warranty, going to get a contract, they want to ask you what's your hours of operation, and people want it's that same thing. Should I just put any? Because I want to get to work. I said, no, man. Just put your regular business hours. Business hours most of the time, Monday through Fridays, 9 to 5. That's it. They ain't understand. I ain't gonna hire you. That's just your business hours. That's normal business hours. So get into that mindset of actually thinking like a boss and thinking like an entrepreneur, like you knowing that you have ownership. It takes a little getting into first because then it'll get to a point where you say, "Hey, I'm cutting it off at Friday at 5 o'clock. I'm off. Don't call me. Don't be paging me. I answer back on Monday." You start doing stuff like that. You start respecting your. You gotta have that. You gotta have that time to recharge and get yourself back together. You can't just keep running. Your body start to break down. So you gotta have some time to recharge. But getting people to actually start thinking like the entrepreneurs and stuff, it does take a little while. All right. Okay. Wow. Okay, Crystal Young. After you finish the online courses, who do you list yourself with? From a warranty company, or do you just list yourself in the local paper? No, all that goes on in the course. We show you exactly what you need to do after you finish to go out and get contracts and everything. So after you finish all that stuff is covered in the course. It also covers how to actually register your LLCs. All that stuff is covered in the course. And we give you a list of companies, warranty companies you can apply to. All right. Change up services, ordering parts. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Mr. Mechanical might stay focused and kicking that game. 100. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, this right. I'll be honest, man. This you all are allowing me to go back and remember all this stuff I used to do. Some stuff I had forgot. I thought it was because it had been a while since I had done it. But it's fun now to actually go back and reminisce and think, yeah, I did put that together and it still worked. And to see that not only does it work for me, but I can give it to you all, and you all get the same results. That's very rewarding to see you all get the same results that I have. I had and still get. So that's very rewarding. Mike, are you going to add appliance flipping to the course? Asking because of the Facebook post you made recently, not ready but cited for the next course class. Yeah, I'm going to add that. I'm going to put a module in there on flipping appliances. How you can flip appliances. From just it's not going to be in a from a big store. Um, aspect because we had a huge store. We had a huge store. I might put up some of those old videos that I done when I was putting that store together. We had a huge store, and we used to go buy appliances by the tractor trailer loads. I would have to fly up to Philadelphia, go to the warehouse, pick out a tractor trailer load of appliances, fly back, and then they come down in a couple of days and bring the tractor trailer, and we have to have a crew of Hispanic guys that come there and the track unload the tractor trailer, sort everything out. We had a we had a huge operation that we were doing. So it's not going to be like that. But I'll show you how to do it from a small aspect of maybe doing it maybe from your garage or from your apartment or something like that, where you just doing enough to make $500 to $1,000 a week extra. And you can sell it up. I'm not going to do it the way we had it. The way we had it, no, it's too much money, and that's another thing too. Um, I'm telling you all the stuff that I'm telling you all to do. I'm telling you not from somebody who. When I started flipping appliances, I had been in business over 10 years. I had all of us that done it together. All of us had cash, so it was just something we were doing and playing around with. It wasn't. I wasn't hurt for cash at that time. The stuff that I'm telling you all to do, I'm telling it to you all coming from a point of somebody who might who's trying to get some cash to get some extra money, because I know the people who come into my course, and I'm going to address this too. Uh, the thing about talking, I gotta be mindful that over 90% of the people who buy the course are African Americans. It's not that I'm putting another group down or anything, African American, Black, because I'm mindful of the people who come to my course, and mindful of what those people have going on in their lives and stuff when they come into the course. A lot of times, as African Americans, our struggles and what goes on within our, it get masked and hidden by everybody looking at LeBron James and Oprah Winfrey. And they think all of us got some money and everybody's doing well when we don't. That's why I address that, because I know the special circumstances that come with being African American sometimes coming here. So that's why I do that. And everybody say African American and Black. They just don't say African American Black. When you hear anybody say low income, you hear somebody say underprivileged or underserved, high poverty areas, they're talking about African American. When you hear somebody say minorities, people of color, all of that, they're talking more mainly about Hispanics and Caribbeans and people from Africa. So that's the thing. When they're talking the bottom of the bottom, they're talking about us. When they start talking about underprivileged and high poverty areas, they want to say Black, but they just use that. When they say people of color, they're not talking about us. When they say minority now, they're not talking about us. So with me, I just go out and say it, African Americans, and I have to address the issues that we have. And I think that we have done a great job with the African American men, bringing them up and getting them up and running. And it's not to push no other men, because we have plenty of Hispanic guys that came. We have plenty of white guys that have come, and everybody's treated exactly the same. But I have to be mindful of who my base is, the people who's coming. And it wouldn't. And how crazy would that be to tell me to ignore the people that supports me the most, and to get somebody else to say you need to ignore these guys who are actually giving you all of their money and giving you their dedication, and go after somebody that's not giving you not giving you anything, and haven't historically haven't supported you. So why would I turn that around to do that? So that's just crazy. But thanks for the advice, but no thank you for the advice. I have to do that. And like I say, with that, I have to know when they're coming in. They're coming in on limited funds. They're coming on limited funds. Because like I said, I never forget when I was talking to my old business partner Abdul, and he was telling me about raising $250,000. He said it's easy. He says it's easy, Michael. Just get 10 of your friends and everybody put in 25,000 cash, and y'all got $250,000. I said, I said you and your friends can do that, but me and my friends, we can't do that. And he couldn't believe that people that at that point in time we're probably mid 30s, early 40s. He couldn't believe that nobody didn't have 25,000 cash just sitting around at that point in time. He thought everybody had where they can get access to 25,000, and I said, nah, they can't. They don't have it. No, just didn't have it. But now, because now you all are coming into entrepreneurship and becoming business owners, I have conversation every day with people now that have came to Appliance Bootcamp who got 10, 15, $20,000. They getting ready. They got it stacked up now, because now we're actually learning. We got an avenue that actually generates enough cash, and we know now how to actually allocate the funds where it done stacked up, where people got 5, 10, 15, $20,000 sitting around. And that's another thing too. Going back to this business stuff that we're talking about. With your business got it got to do something great for you. There's no reason that you should be in business 10, 15, 20 years, and and I can't look around and say where you've been in business for. You just been busy. You say, well, I'm busy all the time. There's nothing wrong with being busy, but my father was, well, nobody no busier than my father, and probably a lot of y'all family members too. My dad worked third shift his whole life. Never taken a vacation. He couldn't take vacation. The vacation time, he had to save that up and cash it in to buy Christmas toys. So he couldn't take couldn't take the family. We never went nowhere on no vacation and nothing like that. We never went out to eat. I mean, our whole family. It wasn't no such thing as our whole family going to go somewhere and go out to eat. That wasn't going to happen. He couldn't do it. So he worked third shift. When he get off of third shift, when it was tobacco season time, he had to come and help. We say fill barn. He worked in the tobacco field up until about 12. Got done at the tobacco field at 12. He went and done construction until about 3:30, 4 o'clock that afternoon. 3:30, 4 o'clock that afternoon. He went and got into bed. My mom came home from work, cooked, woke him up about 8 o'clock. He walk in, eat, get back into bed, slept until about 11:30, then get back up and went to work. Now he was busy. He was busy as you can be, and he worked hard. Worked harder than anybody that I know. But it didn't pan out and be profitable for him. Versus now, where I've learned how to be more profitable. I don't care about being busy. I don't care about me. I tell anybody, I'm not busy now, but I'm as profitable as I ever been. So I want to be more profitable, meaning after 10 or 15, 20 years of me actually being in business, I should now have stuff that shows, hey, I'm here and I'm in business. It goes back to like One Stop Mike said, when he said, hey, he now putting his house together. His house gonna represent somebody in here doing business. This is a businessman and stuff. So that don't get caught up in trying to be the busiest person, and don't worry about and don't put no thought and effort into being profitable. You don't want to kill yourself and being busy and doing all that work. And at the end of the year, at the end of time, you ain't got nothing to show for it. You need to be able. If you've been doing this 15, 20 years, you need to have you some tangible assets where you can judge, because that's how men judge. Men judge about what you own and control. You can be in business all you want and say you this and that, but when they say what you got to show for it, show me, and you ain't got nothing else than somebody who's been in a factory or somebody who's been working at McDonald's, this and that, then you got some problems. You're doing something wrong. So you want to be profitable. Okay, need that confidence. No problem. All right. After today at my 9 to 5, I'm ready to quit. No problem. But I told my wife June 2021. There you go. There you go. Have a plan. Ivan Thomas, Mike did some jobs, but they want to pay me. Out $25. I didn't order the part, and the service fee is 85 to 100 with 210. But they keep talking about paying me $25 on the back end. Okay, if you just tell them what the price is, just tell them what your price is. If they decide that they don't want to pay it, that's fine. Just tell them pay what you owe me, and you get somebody else to come finish the job up. You don't have to go. You tell them you tell them what your price is. And going back to telling people what your price is, that's what the market price is. That's the market price. You can go below the market price, and if you look, not what is it? Uh, Over 90% of all businesses fail within the first year. And why do they fail within the first year? Because of pricing. Because they don't price properly. And company, you think 210, American Home Shield, Old Republic, they don't know that. They playing a numbers game. They know that they know that people are coming in and out the business all the time. And they know that they can get you to do those service calls for less, and you ain't gonna be in business long. They know they got high turnover because you're not gonna be in business long, and you're gonna do it for that amount, and you're gonna be broke, and you're gonna be out of business, and they be waiting for the next person to come to get them the same way. If you go over to some of the other groups where people are seasoned and been doing it a long time, and see all the bad stuff they say about the third party warranty companies and stuff. They don't do them. They won't do them because they know how much their services are worth, and they don't have to worry about it. And that's what you want to get. You want to if you're going to work with the warranty companies, then you got to learn how to do how to actually work the line items and and milk them for as much as you can possible. You can't just sit there and say, "Hey, I want to." Well, as you get the confidence up and you become more business astute, you will. Because me, I'm not gonna argue with them. I'm just gonna tell them what it is, and after that, they do what they want. They can either find something, they can transfer it, or they can buy them a new one. Or they can do what they want. It's their customer, but this is how much I'm charging if I'm going back out there. So I'm not even gonna argue with them. But if you're gonna stay there with them and you're gonna build your company off of warranty work and stuff, you're gonna learn how to play. You have to learn how to play their game, and you're gonna have to learn. Tell them, you gotta explain to them why you justifying the amount that you're actually charging them. You can't go out there and do it for no $25. You'd be better off going to get you a job at Sears if you're gonna do that. And that's the rate that they're giving you, and they're hoping that you take it because like I say, the person on the other end, they gotta stay within their cost per call for the end of their quarter or however their numbers come out. So yeah, I hated that they forced that onto new people and scared new people into doing it. Somebody who just coming into business because they figure they ain't gonna have no business if they don't do it. But if like me, they know I'm not gonna stay. All right, somebody just say they put them on hold. Yeah, yeah, that's top authority said he learned how to invoice. There you go, just learn how to invoice. Yeah, now everyone is going to get a disposal fee and a helper fee. Yep, there you go. You just learn to play their game. Learn to play their game, and you can't be afraid. Now, a lot of you all call me and we're talking. You're talking like you're going to get fired, that's your job supervisor. This is your company. All right. Vapony. I'm filling out for Old Republic now. Okay. Black 22. I have an application for 210, but didn't like what the rep was talking about on the phone. They kept giving me the pushback on the pricing. Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. Just every time you go, you're gonna have to call them up and get authorization. Yeah, Old Republic was good. I like Old Republic. When I used to do work for them. Uh, Maurice Johnson, teach brother. Okay, thanks. Irvin Thomas. So I just finished one job, but for them, they just try to pay me $25. I was like, hell no. Who do I need to speak to? Yeah, just before you finish the job, you go out diagnose. After you diagnose, you then tell them how much it's going to cost. And if they don't want to pay, just say, okay, pay me what you owe me. How much you owe you? Hour and a half. How much you paying per hour? $85. Give me 125. Get somebody else to finish it. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Right now it's usually a slowdown period for us. It usually slows a little bit here now because of until after Halloween. And then you get into the cooking season. But I've been booked here now. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm. If once my subs leave, I'm not gonna do no more I'm not gonna do no more third party warranty and stuff like that. Even with the compressors and stuff like that, it's getting to be too much. I've been having to work every week putting in compressors and stuff, and it's just too much work. It's just too much work. I'm just gonna do maybe a couple of calls just to keep up to date with what's going on, and just gonna be right around here cash calls. I'm gonna eliminate the paperwork on my end. I don't want the paperwork, and I just want to do a couple of calls here and there and be done with it. Nah, don't do that, Slick. Just don't take what they give you. Don't do that. Uncle Mike, how do I maneuver past the $100 authorization? You got to call in. You got to call in and get authorization. And if they don't want to give it to you, then just tell them to get somebody else to do it. What do they pay? I don't know. I don't know what company you're talking about. All of them going to pay me my rate, $85 per hour, $250 per completed call. Okay. Okafor. I put a lot of time into my pregame, so I'm okay with 1 or 2 calls a day for now. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's great. That's great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing too. If they're not doing anything for you, just go ahead and start looking for another company to go with. You ain't got to stick with them. Does Old Republic supply parts? They did for me. They did. Total Home Protection is my worst experience. They pay late. Okay. Uh, all right. Yeah, by the course. Yeah. I don't know if Choice turned over New Leaf, but I've been seeing some people showing some checks coming from them. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. New Leaf. I never had a problem with New Leaf. They pay. They give you credit cards. I just wanted to get a feel for what I'm making on the job. I just told you complete a call, you do 250. That's what we charge out. And some of them now, I got a work order. Who is it from? Uh, I got one from Lowe's. I got to go to one of the Lowe's stores. They actually they pay 150 and they send you the part before you go. So they doing 150 and they send you the part before you go. Matter of fact, here you go right here. Yeah, this one right here. It's a HISENSE. Right there, Lowe's. Uh, I have to get that. I have to get the company name. But they pay by credit card $150 and they send you the parts. They send you the parts of what's wrong before you go. So you only got one trip, 150. Yeah, I do that, and they pay you a credit card as soon as you're done. How much for the boot camp? Online right now, $500. If you wait till the end of the month, it's going up. Yeah, they pay 150 DCNF. They send you the parts before you even go. Kind of like what New Leaf was doing. Like New Leaf had the parts already there, so you only got to make one stop when you go out there. Uh, and this company right here is actually at the Lowe's store. So I just going right down here to the store at the Lowe's store, and I'm gonna fix something that's something that's broken at the store, and I'm just gonna put it in and fix it. Let's see here. Uh, uh, Profit 007. Uncle Mike, do you have a blueprint for scaling? Um, I'm putting that in there with actually the subs. That'll be in the fourth quarter. That'll be in the module 2 for how to scale up and get subs. Like I say, I use subs. I don't use employees. Um, uh, if you wanted to do employees and scale up and have 15, 20 employees and stuff like that, I advise that you get into USA or PSA and get into one of their peer groups because I never had that many employees, and I wouldn't be able to tell you how to do that. You have to go with get into a peer group there because they have a bunch of people there who have a bunch of employees, and they can tell you how to actually scale up and get employees. I just use subs. I like the subs because whenever it don't work, I just tell them don't come back the next day, and it's over with. But you get employees and it don't work, then you got to go to you got to pay unemployment and all that other stuff, and you have to pay workman's comp for them. There's a lot of stuff when you start getting to employees that you have to do. You got workman's comp, and then you got to pay you got to match their social security and all that stuff. Lord help if you get somebody who owns child support, because what happened if you hire somebody and they own child support, it's up to you now to make that child take their money out their child support and pay their child support. And if the child support, I had that happen. Uh, Somebody that worked for me was on child support, and you have to you have to take their money out and send it to the county that they own. They have. Uh, well, now you can send it to the. Last time I done it, I could send it to the state, but I had to send it to the county. And once the county get it, the county then actually gives the young lady credit or whatnot. Now, sometimes I went to a payroll company, and the payroll people who was doing it, they might leave the money in the they were paying it in the amount, but they might leave it into the because what happened if you're using a payroll company and stuff like that, you have separate accounts. And so what happened, the account where they pull my taxes from, that they pull payroll from, all that, I have separate accounts that they pull from. So the person who's doing my payroll, my accountant, she was paying it, but she might pay all of it one sum, then she'll pay the other, but it's getting paid per month because that's the way it goes. But anyways, she was late paying it, maybe about 2 or 3 days, and next thing you know, you'll get a subpoena. You gotta go to court for child support for him because you don't pay, but they say it got there late. They want you paying it on this date and that time. I said, nah, forget this stuff. I ain't gonna be in child support for nobody else. So yeah, so you have that problem. You have the problem like with workman's comp. Workman's comp is based upon how much money that you pay, um, how much money you pay your people. So the workman's comp that you have to pay is going to be based upon the salaries that you pay. So when you give people a raise and start paying them a lot of money, your workman's comp going to go up because they say if that person get hurt, then they the workman's comp got to pay more money out to subsidize their income. So I had that happen. Another reason why I got rid of employees. Um, Workman's comp come out and they audit you all the time. They worse than the IRS. They're gonna come audit your company at the end of every year and see how much your payroll was. If your payroll goes up, then they want that you ain't had no claim. Excuse me, you ain't had no claim, ain't nobody filed nothing, anything. Workman's comp say, hey, I want $4,000 right now. How in the world I owe you $4,000? Well, your payroll went up, but I said I ain't put no claim in. It doesn't matter because what happened, the employees have like 5 or 10 years to actually put a claim in. So if somebody got hurt today, they got up until like 5 years to come back and try to get a claim in. So they come grab all their money and you got to pay it. And after one time of doing that workman's comp, I said, forget it. I'm not doing it. I'm not having no workman's comp. I ain't having no child support stuff I got to worry about. I'm not worrying about no social security. And then the state, what happened with the state, because you guys start pulling their taxes and paying their taxes and stuff. The state of North Carolina is so broke that they want to have direct access where they can pull it every week. You're supposed to pay it every month, but once you get to a certain amount and you got a certain amount of money sitting there, the state want that money right then and there, and they want to grab it. They want to come pull it every week, the money out your account. And I said, nah, I'm done with it, and that's why I went to subs. So, somebody said work for Lowe's. What's they want? I don't know if it's Lowe's. I get the actual number. I get the actual work. I get the actual company name that sent me that work order, and I'll put it out there to everybody on on the Appliance Bootcamp Facebook page. But yeah, so I don't do any employees. I got employees here at the ice cream parlor. But with those employees, Ain't nobody got to make no house payment, no mortgage. All they need is enough money to buy them, get their hair done, get their nails done, to buy them a pair of Jordans or something like that. That's fine. I ain't having nobody depending on a family with me. I'm whatchamacallit. I'm not doing that no more. I ain't having no grown man depending on me to support his family. I'll show you how to go get it. You go get it on your own. But I'm not having any more employees. You pay your own taxes, and we live life that way. Employees, I don't want to have anymore. I don't want to have, and then you can't get rid of them. You can't get rid of them. It's hard to get rid of them. You say something wrong. You have discrimination and all that stuff. Nah, I ain't gonna deal with it. Okay. Once again, I'm not gonna be here long. I'm getting out here a little early today. But yeah, the stuff that I was able to do a 4 hour work week. That's gonna be in the module fourth quarter. How to hire subs, the QuickBooks, all of that been in the module coming in this fourth quarter by the end of the year. And like I say, I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll be back on Monday. I'm also going to be adding in there a little bit about flipping appliances, how I actually used to get my appliances. I'm gonna how I actually sold them and how I actually wrote them up. How you can actually write it up when you got ready to sell them to actually get a little bit more money. What we used to do ourselves at. So once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm gonna get out and everybody have a good weekend, and I appreciate it. All right, bye.